My name is Kyle Freedman, and I'm currently a PhD student in horticultural sciences at North Carolina State University. So the main research question that we're trying to address is if we can condition young grapevines for increased and early flowering and fruiting capacity. So we're looking at the manipulation of different environmental factors like light intensity to see if we can have earlier flowering and increase the fruiting capacity of a vine so that when we transplant these vines in the field, we can have an earlier crop than what you would normally have in typical grape production. The highlights of my research have really been a combination of working in a controlled environment as well as being able to bring that research into the vineyard and sort of have that combination of experiences. There's just so many different states that are really getting into grape production that traditionally haven't produced grapes or made wine and really experience a lot of different challenges that benefit from some novel research. So I think the grape industry is experiencing this sort of renaissance of trying to figure out what cultivars work in specific regions of North America that traditionally have not been common grape growing regions. So I share my research in a couple different ways. We try and incorporate growers into our research directly. Working with them, we've been able to share what we're doing and some of those results. And then also conferences like the American Society of Enology and Viticulture Eastern section that we're a part of, I present at annually, other conferences internationally. One of the most impactful results of our research that we found is that as we increased supplemental light intensity, we had an increase in the total clusters per vine, particularly for the medium light intensity, which was the highest number of clusters. And what this means for us is that we can refine production systems that intentionally condition grapevines in the nursery for higher fruiting capacity and ultimately higher yield, which can produce fruit in the first year in the vineyard. So after my PhD, I'll be looking at professorship positions in the United States, so predominantly focused on viticulture. I'd like to stay in the industry and both continue some of the current research I've been doing in my PhD as well as other topics that can really support growers and the growing grape and wine industry in North America.